Hi there. Welcome to Graeme's Guide, Friday Live, this Friday, the 26th of March. And I'm laughing because I tell you all the time that I just do this in one take. In fact, this is probably my 10th take, but yeah, that's my problem, not yours. Anyway, this is the one. So let's go through and have a look at the topic for this week. And we're looking at academic style. And when you go into the week 4 learning materials, they're focused on academic style. Let's have a quick look. Let's go to the modules page and down to week 4. And you'll see here the second line in this week's objectives is we're going to be looking at correctly referencing using Swinburne, Harvard, and APA style. I'm sort of smiling when it says correctly reference. That is what the aim is. And we really, why I'm laughing is because referencing is not something you're going to learn in one teaching period. I'm still learning different aspects of referencing. I know professors who are decades into their academic careers, and they still struggle at times getting the referencing right for different types of sources. And one of the reasons for this is because sources keep changing. I'm just going to change to the other camera so that you can see my passion for this. And the passion is for you to know that you're not going to master referencing in this next 12 weeks or what's remaining of this learning unit. You're going to be mastering referencing over the course of your academic career. If you're only doing a 3 or 4 year degree, then referencing is very important to you. But in research degrees, like if you're doing a PhD or a master's degree and you're writing a thesis, referencing is critically important, and so you will need to get your referencing correct if you're continuing on with your studies. There are some really great tools around for referencing. I've used EndNote for 20 years, or can't be 20 years. Anyway, I've used EndNote for a very long time. I really enjoy using EndNote, and that's a tool that if you're a coursework student, like if you're an undergraduate or starting out, you could start using EndNote now. There is a bit of a learning curve to EndNote. It's not hugely difficult, and if you're only using it for the learning style, the one learning style for your discipline, you'll pick it up quite easily. And when I say using it for just the one learning style, one citation style, there's actually thousands of citation styles, different types of referencing. So we talk about Swinburne, Harvard, and APA, when in fact there's thousands of these styles. The great news is you only need to learn how to use one most of the time. Although that's, I have probably gone through 4 learning styles, citation styles, Chicago, APA, Harvard, Swinburne, Harvard, and another one. I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, you need to find out the learning style for your discipline. Let's go through and see how to do that. So you'll either, while you're in your studies at Swinburne Online, you will either use APA or Swinburne Harvard. If we go down here and click on this, we're on module 4.2. At the bottom of module 4.2, there's a document here. Click on this and it will show you which style you should be using. Now you're going to have to know what discipline you're studying. I can't, it's no good asking me what your discipline is because that will be in your enrollment record. Most of you will know what discipline you're studying, but if you don't know what your discipline is, you'll need to look on your academic record in the student admin, or alternatively, you could call a student advisor, and they'll be able to look at your record and they'll let you know which discipline you're in. It'll either be design, education, media and communications, psychology, social science. I don't think we have any business students in this unit or technology students, and I forgot to swap back again, so let's just show you. I'm just going to quickly go back to how I got to here, back to the home page. So I went to modules and then down to week 4, and I clicked here And then I highlighted this here because this is what we're looking at. We're looking at this week's objective, which is Swinburne, Harvard, and APA style. And then I went next to module 4.2 to the bottom of this page, and I clicked on these referencing styles. And this is what I've been talking about for the last 2 or 3 minutes. No, wouldn't be that long. And this is where you'll find the referencing style you need to use. So if you're a design student, you'll be using APA, education, APA, media and communication, Swinburne, Harvard, psychology, APA, and in the social sciences, there are subdisciplines. So behavioral studies will use APA, as will criminology. However, international relations and security and counterterrorism will use Swinburne, Harvard. These all sound like a bit of a mouthful, but you only have to know once which of these you need to use. Let's go back to modules, because on the modules page, there's a little known, it's not a secret, but for some reason students often miss it. I draw students' attention to this early every teaching period, but this is probably in relation to citing and referencing, this is one of the best tips that you're going to get all teaching period. I know that's a big statement, but I'll show you why. If you scroll to the bottom of the modules page, you will find a link to all of the sources we use in this unit. So here I am at the bottom of the page. The very bottom link here is actually to Studiosity support. So if you want to get feedback on a draft, and I highly recommend using Studiosity for the highest weighted assignment. So I think our final essay, assignment 3, is weighted at 40%. That's where I would be using Studiosity to get some feedback on my draft for assignment 3. I'm not sure how many times you get to use Studiosity. I think it might be 2 times per teaching period per unit. Anyway, I would recommend using it for the highest weighted assignment. But right above that is where I was going to, and you'll see here the references for Swinburne, Harvard, and APA, and these are all of the references for this unit. So in week 1, you'll see here the full formatted reference for the future work skills in Swinburne, Harvard style. So if you're going to cite future work skills in assignment 2 or 3, you can just come here and copy and paste this fully formatted reference into your reference list. Your reference list will go at the end of your document, so you wouldn't paste this full reference in your paragraph. So maybe you spoke about future work skills. Don't post it where you spoke about it. There you will put a citation, which is a sort of an abbreviation. It's a signpost that shows people what the source was, but it pushes them to the end of the document, and that's where you have your list of references, and that's where you'll have this fully formatted reference. You can look down here to week 2. You'll see here the fully formatted reference for the Chew series of videos, and also for the Livingston reading on metacognition. All of the references for this unit are here in this page for Swinburne, Harvard. If we go back and click on APA, they're all here for APA as well. So don't struggle. You don't need to think further than this page. If you want to use any of these references, just come and grab them and copy and paste them into your reference list at the end of your document. In APA style, you will need to do a hanging indent. We'll come to that later. So there's the biggest tip for the teaching period. All your references, or many of your references that you want to put in your reference list, you can find here already fully formatted in the style that you'll be using for your discipline. Okay, let's go back to the home page. So from here, I wanted to show you so I'm just looking at this list of things above me here, my agenda. This is so I try and stay on track. So the next thing I wanted to show you was Swinburne Hardwood Library. You can get there by clicking on this library link here. That opens a new tab for the Swinburne Library. The resources I want to show you here are down here on the left under popular library links, and then you'll click here on referencing guides. Here on this page, you will find the referencing guide for APA, Swinburne Harvard, and you'll also, I was just talking to you about EndNote, you'll also find a link to EndNote. If you want to, download EndNote to your PC. There's also an online version of EndNote, but I would recommend the version that you download to your PC. And you might like to start using EndNote to help with your referencing. I might do another video on EndNote at another time because I really like EndNote. I have enjoyed it, and I could not have done my master's thesis without EndNote. Well, I could have, but it would have been a lot more work. EndNote takes a lot of the work out of citing and referencing once you get over the initial learning curve. Okay, let's go back. So that was the library resource. Okay, now I want to show you the Student Hub resources. I've already got the link open here for the Student Hub. Click on Study Resources, and then down here to Academic Practice, and then to Referencing. And here, this is an excellent resource in the Student Hub for referencing. It talks about what a reference or citation is. It talks about the referencing styles. This is the list that we were just talking about before. Who's using what. These videos are excellent. Look, I cannot recommend highly enough. In fact, I am recommending highly enough that you come and check out this resource in the Student Hub on referencing. It's excellent. And it's talking about EndNote here as well. Very cool. And my final point there, you'll see, was actually to talk about EndNote, which I've already done twice, so I'm not going to talk about it again. That's all I wanted to show you today. I'm really pleased that you're watching these videos. These are the point of these videos are to be a practical resource that you don't have to think too hard about. You can just say, I see a benefit in what Graeme's just shown me. I'm going to make use of that today. So this is a practical resource, my Friday live videos. I hope it's been helpful to you today, and I'll be seeing you again during the week in the discussions, but also next Friday for my next Friday live. Bye for now.